Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Origins.
You're awake. You've the god's own luck, Lethaline. You're back at camp. Everyone is worried sick about you. How do you feel?
Fine, Federal, but a little groggy.
We thought you would die. The Shem who brought you here said there wasn't much hope. Seems he was wrong.
There was a human?
A Shem brought you back 2 days ago. You don't remember him?
We encountered chimps in the forest, but we killed them.
Oh, the Keeper's not going to like that. But I doubt those Shems have anything to do with the one who found you. He was a Grey Warden and appeared out of nowhere with you slung over his shoulder. You were delirious with fever. He said that he found you outside a cave in the forest, unconscious and alone. He left you here and ran off again. The Keeper's been using the old magic to heal you.
I need to talk to the Keeper right away.
She wants to talk to you too. Stay here, I'll get her.
I see you are awake, Dalan. It is fortunate Duncan found you when he did. I know not what dark power held you, but it nearly bled the life from you. It was difficult even for my magic to keep you alive.
What happened to us?
I know only that the Grey Warden found you in front of a strange cave, sick and alone. Duncan thought there may have been darkspawn creatures inside the cave. Is that true?
There were walking corpses and other strange monsters.
Walking corpses? Dark magic, but not darkspawn. I know not what the other creatures might have been. What else did you find? What is the last thing you remember?
A mirror. Tamlin touched it.
A mirror. And it caused all this? I have never heard of such a thing in all the lore we have collected. I was hoping for answers when you woke, but there are only more questions. And Tamlin remains missing. He is more important than any lore in these ruins. If he is as sick as you were, his condition is grave. Duncan returned to the cave to search for Darkspawn, but we cannot rely on him to look for Tamlin as well. We must go ourselves, and quickly. Do you feel well enough to show us the way, Dalan? Without you, we will not find it.
I'm up to it, Keeper. I feel fine.
I am relieved to hear it. I am ordering the clan to pack the camp so we can go north. Take Merrill with you to the cave. Find Tamlin if you can, but do it swiftly.
The clan is leaving?
If there is any truth to what Duncan said, then Darkspawn may show up in these parts soon. We must get away from that horde, but that is not our only concern. Did you encounter any other humans out in the forest?
Yes, actually. Is it important?
So I feared. You have stirred up a hornet's nest, Dalan. Their village blames us for your actions. As everywhere, our people are not welcome here. We have stayed too long, and we must move on, quickly.
You're going to let those Shimlin drive us off.
Our clan could slaughter their entire village if we cared to, but at the cost of bringing their king's rage down on our heads. These people are simple, and have simple fears. This is their land, so we will go peacefully.
Are you not interested in the ruins and the mirror?
I would be lying if I said I was not. But whatever knowledge lies in that cave is not worth our children. I send you back with hopes of finding Tamlin, and that is all.
Why do you want me to take
Merrill knows a degree of my magic. Tamlin's chances of surviving the journey back are greater with her help. I also wish for Merrill to see this cave and mirror. She has a sense for these things, and could shed light on the nature of this illness.
But doesn't Merrill risk getting ill as well?
You recovered, and Merrill will too. Still, Be careful. Should you come upon this strange mirror again, do not touch it.
Okay, take Merle to the cave and find Tamlin. I understand.
Go quickly, for Tamlin's life hangs in the balance.
What about this Grey Warden? I have questions about him.
When Tamlin's life is at stake? Very well.
I thought the Grey Wardens had disappeared.
Not quite, Dalish. After they defeated the Darkspawn long ago, the Grey Warden's numbers diminished greatly over the centuries. It seems the humans have little use for them if Darkspawn aren't actively raising their lands. I suppose the thought of Darkspawn returning one day did not occur to them.
And have they returned?
The Grey Warden thinks so. A war may be in the offing. If so, we must get as far away from it as possible.
Could we not help in the battle?
Let the humans fight their battles, as we must fight our own.
How did he even know where to bring me?
He said he'd been looking for our clan, and had a hint of our whereabouts. As I said, you were fortunate. It is possible he sought a volunteer to join their order.
Dalish have joined these Grey Wardens before?
Indeed. The Grey Wardens once consisted of the best from all races. I know of no Dalish joining them since the days of the Darkspawn Wars, however.
Are these Grey Wardens great warriors?
They are the best and most noble of all races, Dalish. Few can achieve their standards. Then do not tarry. Find Tamlin quickly.
I need more equipment before
Master
I go.
Island can help you. Go to him and ask to see his stock.
Is the Keeper sending you back to that cave to look for Tamlin?
Yes, I'm going with Merle.
I want to go with you. Keeper Marathari probably won't approve, but I can help find Tamlin.
Okay. Come with us.
Good. I'll follow you, just to make sure Meryl doesn't go running to the Keeper when you tell her I'm coming.
I know finding Tamlin is urgent and all, but, you know, there's always time for looting.
As you say.
Are you going to help look for Tamlin? Poor boy. Lost somewhere out there.
When I grow up, I want to be just like you.
So you have returned to us, Dalish. We are grateful you are whole and well.
Shemlin are responsible for this.
The Shemlan, eh? And I suppose the Shemlan dragged you into that cave, twisted your arms to prevent you from coming to tell the Keeper of it first?
We wanted to see if there was anything to tell Haden.
Once you saw what was inside, you should have returned. But you kept exploring, didn't you? I suppose your youth can be forgiven. Sadly, Tamlin pays the price. Losing you would be a terrible crime, Dalen. You belong to more than just yourself, or do you not remember?
I'm sorry, Haren. I will try harder next time.
Would you even know the reason behind your efforts? I wonder. Let us tell these children of the fall of the Dales. You can honor me by sharing in the telling.
Certainly, Haren.
Come then. Help me as I go along. Children, hear of the fall of the Dales. Hear the tale of what makes you Dalish. Would you care to begin, Dalen?
Long ago, we were slaves to the humans.
Yes. Slaves to a terrible empire the humans built on the darkest magic. When it fell, we became free. We built a homeland in the Dales, worshipping the creators, and rebuilding the culture and history we lost in our long years of slavery.
But the humans wouldn't let us be.
They were resentful, because we would not worship their gods, and because we put our people first. Over the years, their nations grew cold toward the Dales. In their eyes, we were blasphemers and cruel tyrants.
Then the humans declared war upon the Dales.
And so the Dales fell. They took our lands and dispersed our people, forcing us to live in their cities and abandon our gods. But many of us refused to relinquish our ways. We instead chose to scatter to the winds, wandering the lands.
We chose wandering the lands rather than human rule.
To survive and preserve our culture, the clans stay apart, until the day the Elvenon have a homeland once more.
We shall return the old ways to those who've lost them.
We are the Dalish, keepers of the lost lore, walkers of the lonely path.
We are the last Elvenon. Never again shall we submit.
Thank you for your forbearance, Dalen. You remember both the tale and the oath of the Dales perfectly. I will let you get back to your tasks. I pray you find Tamlin quickly.
What do you know about that Grey Warden?
The one who brought you back? Very little. He seemed decent enough as humans go. As for Grey Wardens, they're heroes without a doubt. Members of our own clan joined their ranks in ages past.
Really? I would like to hear more about our history.
Now that's something I rarely hear. Of course.
Do no books record our history?
When the humans enslaved us, they took away our language, our history, and our immortality. We quickened to the pace of life, and retained nothing of ourselves. We were slaves for so long, that even when we became free, there was little for us to recover. If books still exist, I do not know of them.
Tell me about Arlathan.
Ah, yes. The Lost City. Before the Shemlen enslaved us, even before they came to this part of the world, our people lived in glorious Arlathan. Legends say that our ancestors were immortal, and we possessed magic the Shemlen could only dream of.
Why do the Shims allow us to exist if they hate us so much?
Perhaps they have no choice. Dalish clans are scattered to the winds and rarely gather, which makes us difficult for any organized effort to destroy. And why bother? We have nothing they want. No land, no treasure, and we always move on, allowing no one to grow too angry with us. Some might see this as cowardly, but we are proud. We are the last, and we will survive.
What happened to the elves who didn't join the Dalish?
They remain in human cities, forgetting all they once had. We call them flat ears, for they differ little from their Shemlen masters. A few may return, but we must accept that they know nothing of the lore, or why we keep it.
Do you ever think we'll find another homeland?
We can hope to find a new home one day. where the Dalish and the Flat Ears will build a land greater even than Arlathan. We shall teach the Flat Ears the lore they lost, and perhaps they will teach us to understand the Shemlen at last. That is the only way we shall truly live in peace.
I think that's all. Thank you.
Then I'm sure you have much to do, unless you've other questions.
What do you know about Darkspawn?
Only that they eat living flesh, and lurk in underground tunnels, once ruled by the Dergenlen, the dwarves. In the last blight long ago, the Grey Wardens all but wiped them out. Should they return, all races will shudder.
Did elves ever live in caves?
I've never heard of such a thing. But, in the days of ancient Arlathan, we lived free and spread far across the continent. We were as varied as the Shemlen, though fewer in number. Perhaps some of us lived in caves then, but all knowledge from that era is lost.
I should go.
Of course. May the gods guide your path, Dalen.
Why would the Keeper call for a move so early? We were not expecting to leave for weeks.
I miss Tamlin. I want him to come home.
Thank the creators. We were sure we'd lose you last night.
It's good to see you healthy. We feared you would perish.
Anithara, it's good to see you recovered.
How are the Hala faring, Martin?
They fare well. The Keeper called for the clan to move on, and they will be ready to take us. One is heavy with calf, but it shouldn't be a problem. May I ask of Tamlin's fate? Some say the clan will leave before we find him.
We're going to find him, don't worry.
The Hala mourn our fallen. No sound is more heart-wrenching than their mourning cry. At least they won't be crying over you. They are quite fond of you.
The Hala are beautiful creatures.
I admire them for their strength and pride. They are equals, not servants like the Shemlen horses. At any rate, I do not envy the Keeper's decision. I'll pray for Tamlin's safe return.
I'm glad you've recovered. Once we find Tamlin, we can concentrate on the journey northward.
Thank you for the bow, Master Island. It is light and sturdy, much better than the one I made last year.
You are more than welcome. My father made it and used it in battle against the Clane tribes.
I will carry it with honor.
I would like to hear the story of your father's battle.
Then I am proud to tell it. Our clan was one of the first to flee the Dales. When we came to Ferelden, the fiercest of the Shemlen were the barbarians known as the Clane. We didn't wait for them to attack us. Every Dalish clan in Ferelden united to bring the battle to them.
Ha! Serves the humans right. Let them fear us.
The ensuing battle went well for us. That day we carved out our reputation of being the deadliest archers. Our arrows won us the right to wander these woods at will. It was this very bow that my father used that day.
Thank you for the tale, Master Island, and especially the bow. I will honor its history.
Why would you relinquish such a relic?
We are all the same clan. His hand is as my hand. I have relinquished nothing. It was my father who first spoke of the Vir Tanadal, the three ways of the hunter. The first is the Vir Asan, the way of the arrow, to reach for our goal unrelenting. The second is the Vir Borasan, the way of the bow, to bend, but not to break. The last is the Vir Adalen, the way of the wood. We are as ancient as the forests, each tree a part of the greater land. All Dalish are united in this. One day, we shall have a homeland again.
May I see your crafts, Master Island?
Of course. Take whatever you need.
So Narian in general tends to really enjoy the old stories. He's very proud of his Dalish heritage, and of course the stories are a vital part of remembering who and where he comes from, and remembering that history of his people.
It shall be done.
By the creators, it is so good to see you whole and well. I was so worried.
Anathara, Shal, it is good to see you too.
All that time you were ill, the Keeper didn't know if you were going to live or die. I've been outside the Keeper's tent the whole time. I have never been so relieved as when I heard you would pull through. What happened? Everyone says Tamlin may be dead.
He's missing. That's all we know right now.
That's awful. He's been a good friend to you since you were fledglings. You must be more careful. Your mother and father, may they rest in peace, would be horrified to see you take such risks.
You've never spoken of my parents much, Shal.
What happened to them is a sad tale, and it's in the past. Reopening old wounds benefits no one.
But don't we Dalish strive to learn of our past?
True. Perhaps you're old enough to hear this, though it hardly seems like the right time.
Is there ever a good time?
Very well. If I do not tell you now, you'll only wonder. Your mother was a hunter, one of the finest, and your father was the Keeper before Marathari. He was with us for a very long time. Your mother was from another clan, and her elders did not approve of the match. She and your father had to meet in secret. One day, bandits caught them alone in the forest. Your father was killed, but your mother escaped.
Humans killed my father?
Yes, but also city elves, too. Those of our kind living with humans do not hold to the old ways. Your mother held to life long enough to give birth to you. But grief racked her heart. One night she simply walked into the moonlight and never returned.
I don't know what to say.
The clan decided not to discuss this around you, lest it poison your heart with sadness.
You still should have told me.
Our people have learned to live with much sorrow. It seemed only right that we not dwell on it. Your mother did leave you a gift. Something of your father's for you to have once you were older. Perhaps the time has come.
Oh? Where is it?
Take this key. You'll see some chests behind the storage Aravel by the Halapen. One of them was your mother's. Its contents are yours if you wish.
All right. So hearing that his father was killed by Shimlins would definitely be something that would increase his distrust and his dislike of humans. Knowing that city elves were part of it, he wouldn't blame them quite as much, because in his mind, if the Shimlins had not conquered the Dalish and had not conquered the Dales, and basically forced the separation between the Dalish and the City Elves to occur, then the City Elves would never have been influenced by the... Well, they never would have been influenced by the Shimlins to begin with. So, yeah, he's not real happy right now at this point, especially concerning humans. lots of codex entrants. I have to read these at some point. Narian's also conveniently forgetting the fact right now that Duncan, the Grey Warden, who happens to be a Shumlin, is the one who just saved his life. He's choosing not to think about that because he really doesn't like the idea of owing a Shumlin anything, especially not his life.
The Keeper told me I'm to accompany you back to those caves. As her apprentice, I may see something you missed. But our main objective is to find Tamlin, of course. We must make haste. He may not have much time.
How much did the Keeper tell you?
Enough to pique my interest and my concern. You can explain the rest on the way.
Aren't you worried about getting sick?
A little, but the Keeper cured you. How dangerous could it be? Even if I get sick, finding Tamlin or something valuable will be worth it.
Funeral is coming with us. Any objections?
That depends on the Keeper. I thought we're supposed to go alone.
Yeah, I did ask. She's fine with it.
She is. I suppose I needn't worry about it then. Are you ready?
Yes, let's head out now.
Then let us make haste while daylight lasts. Command me!
The Dalish will prevail!
What were those things? Were those Darkspawn?
You're asking me?
I've never seen anything like them. You can smell the evil on them. Where did they come from? Were they here before?
Maybe they followed the Grey Warden here.
Or he followed them. But why would they come here? And why would he? Well, we'll find out soon enough. Let's hope we don't find any more of these monsters. Before we go, are you all right? Were you hurt during the fight?
I'm fine, Meryl. Why do you ask?
You do look quite pale, now that Meryl's mentioned it.
I'm fine, really.
Well, I'll keep an eye on you. You've only just recovered from your illness. But let's not think of that now. We should move on.
And Solarium. And that guy didn't drop anything, apparently.
I wonder whose camp this is. Do you remember it being here?
Maybe it belongs to the Shumlin who found me.
You're probably right. Didn't he say he was headed back to the cave? If so, he's not here now. And we've seen no sign of Tamlin. Maybe we should... Wait. Do you hear that?
No forest creatures. It's too quiet.
Exactly. The forest is too... still. Something's in the air. Something unnatural.
Perhaps we'll see more walking corpses.
Would they come outside the cave? That would not be good.
That's an understatement.
The sooner we find this cave and Tamlin, the sooner we can leave. Take us there quickly.
And it won't let me bash that one still. And you get a pommel to the face.
For the Dale!
You get smacked over the head.
Attack! Careful! As you ask.
Bah. Aren't you a rogue? No, you're a warrior. Damn. Welp, I guess I won't be getting the contents of that particular chest. Gotta love the health potions. And as we're approaching the cave and it's a natural transition point and the video's over 30 minutes long, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. So thank you for watching.